Hi there, Professor Chris here. Thank you for joining us for another video brought to you by TARMA. That's Threat Assessment Risk Mitigation Advisors. Okay, housekeeping first. Putting my hand on the Bible, symbolically speaking, for all intents and legal purposes. This is my Bible that's gotten me through 28-year pro se litigation win streak, master's degree in advanced counterterrorism and homeland security, 4 years of pre-law, helping the state of Colorado write a law protecting police service animals that underwent a penalty enhancement in August of 2024. So, raising my hand, saying under penalty of perjury, everything I say in this video is true to the best of my knowledge and ability. Everything you see, everything you hear is absolutely 100% true. There. Just in case a judge or an arbitrator were to see this video at some point. So, Uber, listen, props for reaching out 2 hours and 38 minutes after the last time I sent you a video. But I do have to say, you tipped your whole hand in your urgency, which is interesting, but you sent me a minion? Really? You threw a minion at me? I mean, I backed up my space. I pushed my recording station back so you could see more of the wall behind me because you don't seem to believe me when I tell you that the people that I'm reporting to at the FTC, IRS, SEC, FinCEN, CFTC, these people are my colleagues, okay? I have federal accreditation several times over. So anybody that's not part of the C-suite, or if you don't have a JD after your name, don't bother calling me because you're out of your depth. Okay, you throw this minion at me that says something like, I'm just trying to help you, but if you're going to argue, I'm closing down your escalation. So what are we talking about here? A drunk passenger that cops a feel while I'm driving them? No, absolutely not. We're talking about Uber setting me up to be carjacked, which the FTC would want to know about because it was a whole negligent data handling situation. So Uber's already facing serious punishment by the FTC, and I have more evidence. And let's not forget, the evidence that I have is a representative sample of one driver over 8.8 million drivers worldwide. Okay, so this is huge. My evidence could very well open up tons of doors. Okay. And let's also look at the fact that if I'm paying attention to Uber and I'm trying to help the FTC punish Uber, then I'm not helping the FTC or any of the other government agencies take down Instacart. Because with over 3,000 exhibits against Instacart, we're talking Enron level dispersal here. I mean, Instacart isn't a fraction of the size the Enron was. Okay, and Enron went down in 4 months. And that was just the SEC, mostly. Okay, I have over a dozen, I think, at last count. There were over a dozen agencies that would be looking to spank Instacart, which means the FTC, among them, their resources would be stretched more thinly. So Uber might not get spanked as hard. Why am I the one coming up with this? Stop dicking me around and settle, and I can focus on taking down your opponent. I don't like using the word opponent with Instacart because it's like saying that I'm competition for James Patterson. Like, it's just not, but there's no better way to say it. So I still maintain that I would never put myself in the same league as James Patterson. I mean, come on. I'm better at doing Uber's job running the company than Uber is doing my job as a driver or my former job. But James Patterson, I'm not even putting myself in the same room as him. Anyway, so this here, as a sign of good faith, not that I need to, this what we're looking at, this is some of the evidence that I have against Instacart. Yeah, they make between 8 and 10 figures a year just selling data. And then we've got the different agencies that would be looking, the different agencies that would be looking at Instacart, and the number after the category. That's how many exhibits I have in that particular category. And again, I'm a representative sample of 600,000 shoppers nationwide. And as it pertains to customers, we're talking 12.4 million customers nationwide. Not, I mean, just a drop in the bucket compared to Uber's billions and billions and billions of customers, which is why the evidence the evidence I have against Uber is billions and billions and billions of dollars more expensive. You think I don't know what I'm doing here? Come on. This isn't my first big project. I beat cancer in 6.5 months. You don't scare me. That's why I'm talking to you like, we've known each other since college and we're out for a cup of coffee, because you don't faze me. I don't care how much money you have. A douchebag's a douchebag. It doesn't matter. And if you have more money than you should be better. You should act better. Not just wear nicer clothes. One of your suits is worth more than you set me up to be carjacked. I don't even have a vehicle right now. So one of your suits is probably worth more than everything I own. So you should be better, but you're not. And that's just page 1. I also have these. And if you look at this part right here that says Instacart, I just want to make sure you can see it. This one here that says Instacart 1239, that's 1,239 photos that I haven't even sorted. So I don't even, and there's probably another couple hundred on top of that I haven't even moved over into the Instacart folder yet. So, we're talking several different categories that the FTC would be looking at. DOJ, OSHA, IRS, FTC, like everybody's coming to the party. Okay. So, in my evidence against Instacart isn't just digital, it's also physical. I have tons of food recall notifications. Each one of these carries an individual fine of $25,000. So I've got over $1 million in those. And again, I'm just one person, right? There's 260 Harris Teeter stores, and every single one of them gives food recall notifications at some point. I also have hard copies of medical records of all the weight I've lost and the stress that I've gone through working for Instacart, because Uber set me up to be carjacked and I had to go back to doing Instacart. So anything that I can tie Uber back to when taking down Instacart, I'll do that. If you settle, we don't have to worry about it. And then I'm taking Instacart off the board for you. And then you get to say, oh, but wait, yes, we were spanked pretty hard by the FTC, but it's not as bad as it looks because look, we just acquired Instacart. Because, you got to have your dirty little pancake grabbers and everything. Settle. You can do it. We're getting there. And you owe me a car. Separate from all of the monetary, it's like whatever amount we settle on, plus a car. And I'll give you the specs for that. You set me up to be carjacked. You knew he was going to jail. You knew that, and you held that from me. Okay? 3 times at least, he canceled and re-requested the ride. Red flag. He was going to jail. Red flag. This is on you. It's time to settle. Let's work together to take down Instacart.